And we are back. Welcome to my preview and predictions for Day 2 of Matchday 9 of the European qualifiers for the World Cup, where today I have to start off with an apology, but then an absolutely massive thank you to all of you guys as well. Firstly, the apology for my misunderstanding of the rules regarding these European qualifiers. As you know, I cover a whole host of different competitions on this channel. The vast majority of them are run by UEFA, and when it is a UEFA competition, teams on the same points are normally decided by head-to-head record. However, even though this is a UEFA bracket, this is still a FIFA tournament. So when there is something that needs to be decided, it is decided by goal difference and not by head-to-head record. So that does affect some of my previews from yesterday's video, but regardless, it doesn't actually affect any of my predictions from yesterday's videos. I still stand by the scorelines that I went for, but a couple of those previews yesterday will be a little bit skewed by the fact that I thought that we were going towards a head-to-head situation rather than a goal difference situation. If you do want to check out those predictions from yesterday's video, you can do so by clicking the link at the top of your screen right now. And once those matches have concluded at the end of tonight, then the community polls for our video being made on Saturday morning will be live for the Matchday 10 Part 1 video we will be doing then, so make sure you check that out. As for the massive thank you, I want to say a huge, incredible thank you for 15,000 subscribers that we have now hit on the channel. Another unbelievable milestone. Halfway now, of course, to the next big milestone. I say halfway, going from 10,000 to 20,000, but that is a massive, massive achievement. We're looking to hit 20,000 by the end of this season. If we can do that, it would be incredible. And we're already halfway there from the 10,000 that we started at just a few months ago. As for this video, though, as always, if you do enjoy this video, please let me know by dropping a like on this video, sharing it with a friend, subscribe to the channel if you are new around here with notifications turned on, because we will be posting daily throughout the course of these European qualifier match days. And as for today's match day video, we have just the 6 matches for you taking place on Friday. So without any further ado, let's get straight into it. And we'll start off with Group A, and we'll put the table back up on screen for you right now, where it is all to play for between Germany, Slovakia and Northern Ireland going into these final 2 games. Unfortunately for Luxembourg, their chances are already over. They cannot accumulate 9 points in their final 2 matches. They will, of course, be hosting Germany in this one. And for the Germans, it is a real opportunity to lay down a marker in regards to goal difference going into the final group game. Of course, if Germany win this one and Slovakia win their one, both sides will be on 12 points going into the final game, which is against each other. So just in case that game ends up being in a draw, Germany will want to be in the superior goal difference position coming out of this game against Luxembourg. And well, Luxembourg are 0 points from their opening 4 matches. So you would have to think Germany are going to be the massive, massive, overwhelming favourites coming into this one. In terms of the team news, though, Germany are still without a few players, most notably Karim Adeyemi, who has picked up multiple yellow cards and is suspended for this fixture. And they're still without the likes of Musiala, Kai Havertz and Rudiger and a couple of others through injury as well. Unbelievably, despite having several players in their starting lineup last time out, on yellow cards and at the risk of suspension, Luxembourg actually managed to avoid all potential suspension concerns. So they are fully fresh and ready for this game against Germany. Unfortunately, though, in the reverse fixture, it was a comfortable 4-0 win to the Germans. And sure, maybe at home, Luxembourg could keep Germany a little bit quieter. But as I've just said, they're going to want to get that goal difference in a good a position as possible, knowing they've got Slovakia in the final game. I think Germany win this very easily. I'm going to go for the exact same scoreline it was a few months ago, and I'm going for a 4-0 win to the Germans. As for the massive game in this group, then we have Slovakia and Northern Ireland. As you can see, Slovakia on 9, Northern Ireland on 6. For Slovakia, the task is simple. Win this game and they are guaranteed a playoff spot because Northern Ireland will no longer be able to catch them. And of course, they'll then have that shot at Germany in match day 10. For Northern Ireland, it is simply must not lose. A defeat would mean that they are out. A draw means if they beat Luxembourg in the final game and Slovakia lose to Germany in the final game, they could still get ahead of Slovakia on goal difference. Obviously, a win puts them in a great position whereby they'll both be on 9 points going into those fixtures against Luxembourg and Germany, respectively. But most importantly for Northern Ireland, it is a must-not-lose situation. Coming into this, though, Slovakia are very, very good, especially at home, where they have won both of their matches on this ground so far without conceding in either of them, which does include victory over Germany as well. Whereas for Northern Ireland, they lost both home and away to Germany. However, in this fixture, the other way around, back in Northern Ireland, they did get a 2-0 victory last month. Those are the only goals that Slovakia have conceded so far in this competition. In terms of the team news coming into this, Duda is suspended for Slovakia, but for Northern Ireland, Galbraith is suspended, and both McCann and Spencer, who started the loss to Germany last time out, are both injured for this match as well. It's going to be a really, really tough ask for Northern Ireland. I honestly do think this is going to be a really close affair. But with Northern Ireland realistically having to force something out of it, I think this will favour a Slovakia victory. They've been so good at home. I'm going to go for a 1-0 win to Slovakia. I think they're going to get the goal. They're going to sit on it. Potentially, you could see Northern Ireland nick an equaliser or Slovakia get a second on the break. But for me, I feel like the safest result here is Slovakia fight their way through and get the victory in the end, which would set up a top of the group decider between Germany and Slovakia next week. On to Group G then, and this is the state of play in Group G. We have Netherlands, Poland and Finland, all with something still to fight for. Unfortunately, Lithuania and Malta are out. I say Finland still have a lot to fight for. They are going to need a hell of a lot of help if they're actually going to pull this off, because they have already played 7, and both Netherlands and Poland have more points than them and have games in hand. Basically, in order for Finland to get even a playoff spot from this position, they have to win this match, their final match against Malta, hope that Poland lose to Netherlands in their match taking place tomorrow, and then hope Poland also lose to Malta in their final game next week, all whilst overturning an 11-goal swing in the goal difference as well. So, to be honest with you, it's incredibly unrealistic that Finland do get out of this position and still manage to get a playoff spot. But they're playing what is statistically the worst side in this group, and they've just got to give it their absolute all to score as many goals as they can in this fixture to get a result. As for Malta, as you can see, just the 2 points for them so far, both coming against Lithuania. They did lose the reverse fixture against Finland a few months ago, so Finland, the obvious overwhelming favourites for this one. In terms of the team news, rather interesting, goalkeeper Lukas Hradecky has been called up, despite not playing a single game for club or country since August, which is a really weird situation considering that realistically, there is only this one game against Malta here. However, this is an opportunity to say a final farewell to Teemu Pukki, one of their most legendary forwards who is making his final competitive appearance in this game against Malta. Can he sign off in style? We shall see. In terms of the Maltese, they have a couple of suspensions, Teemu and Kamazuli. I'm sure I've butchered their names as I did all the names yesterday. They are both out for Malta due to suspension due to an accumulation of yellow cards. Anything but a Finland win here would be a serious shock. I'm going to go for the Finnish victory, and I'm going for a 3-0 win to Finland, which means the big game of the night in this group is, of course, Poland taking on Netherlands. I say big game. Even if Poland do win, they need to overturn that 13-goal difference deficit to qualify automatically, assuming that Poland beat Malta and Netherlands beat Lithuania respectively next week, which I think mostly everyone will assume will be the case, considering they are the bottom 2 sides in this group. But regardless, it is an opportunity for Poland to put pressure on the Netherlands going into these final 2 group games, especially when you consider that in the reverse fixture between these 2 sides, Poland managed to get a 1-1 away draw against Netherlands back in September. So there's certainly a chance they can get a result in this match. Whether or not it's going to be enough to put a dent in Netherlands' automatic qualification spot, we shall see. Since that game where they ended up drawing, both sides have won all 3 games since. So both sides on really good form coming into this. One thing that we do know is that for the Dutch, they are in a very strong position when it comes to their team. A lot of their players that they had missing from the last international break are back. They have a fully fit side ready to go coming into this one. Whereas for Poland, here comes the butchering once again. They have 2 suspensions coming into this one with both Schleiss and Wisniewski both out with suspensions. They both got booked after starting in the previous match. Again, apologies if I have slaughtered their names. Let me know how I'm supposed to say them down in the comments section below. To be honest with you, I do think the Netherlands are going to wrap up this group here. Obviously, a draw would put them in the ideal spot to then wrap it up in the final day, but if we're being honest, a win here for the Netherlands obviously guarantees them that spot anyway. Again, I do think it's going to be close, but weirdly, if you actually look at the head-to-head record between these two sides, the Dutch have won their previous 3 visits on this ground, but have actually failed to win either of their last 2 home games against Poland. I'm backing that away run to continue here away at the Poles, and I'm going to go for a 2-1 victory to the Netherlands, which means our final group of Friday's action is Group L, and this is the state of play there. We have Croatia on 16, Czechia on 13, Faroe Islands on 12, with Montenegro and Gibraltar already out. For the Faroe Islands, it really has been an absolutely unbelievable campaign for them. 12 points in what is genuinely a tough group for them. They've won their last 3 competitive games in a row. But unfortunately for them, even though they've done this well, they are still looking for absolute miracles to make it into the playoff spot. Firstly, this is their final game, and it is away to Croatia. They are 1 point behind Czechia, which means they have to get a minimum of a draw from this fixture, and then hope that Czechia lose their final game. That's one way for them to do it. The other way, of course, is for them to beat Croatia in this match and then hope that Czechia either draw or lose their final match of the group. The problem is Czechia's final match is at home to bottom club Gibraltar, who have lost every single game so far in this competition. So even if they can pull off the miracle result and get the victory against Croatia here, realistically their chances are just not good enough for them to do enough here. As for Croatia, they of course know that a victory in this game guarantees them the automatic qualification spot. In fact, even a draw in this match would guarantee them the qualification spot, with Czechia only needing 1 game remaining. In terms of the team news coming into this, for Croatia, there will be no Mateo Kovacic and there will be no Budimir, whereas for the Faroe Islands, Danielson, the right wing-back, is out through suspension. To be fair to the Faroe Islands, they actually only lost 1-0 in the reverse fixture. But if you look at how well Croatia have played in this competition so far, especially in their home fixtures, you can see it on your screen right there. 20 goals scored so far and only 1 conceded. In my opinion, there is only going to be one outcome here, and that is the Croatian victory, which will see them automatically qualify for the World Cup once again. I'm going for a 3-0 victory to the home side, which means last, and to be honest, actually least for a change, we have Gibraltar taking on Montenegro. Both sides obviously already knocked out of the competition. Gibraltar on 0 points, Montenegro on 6. But hey, at least from a Montenegrin perspective, they won their first 2 games of this group. They've just lost their last 4 without conceding, including that incredible 4-0 defeat to the Faroe Islands last time out. In terms of the meetings between these two, when these sides met in the reverse fixture, it was a 3-1 home win to Montenegro. That game was back in March. In terms of the team news, there's actually no fresh concerns for either side. The big news for Montenegro, though, is that they have a fair few players returning to the squad following long-term injuries which saw them miss the previous international break. Unfortunately for them, though, it is too little too late in terms of this World Cup qualification campaign, but they could be able to bounce back with one last final victory in this game here. They, of course, do have an extra game next week as well. I'm going to go for the exact same scoreline it was back in March, which is a 3-1 victory to Montenegro. That is going to be it for today's video. I'm going to put all of my predictions up there on the screen for you right now. As always, a massive thank you very much for watching. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. And speaking of your thoughts, this is what you guys have been saying over on the community page regarding these 6 fixtures. Basically, everyone thinks Germany are going to beat Luxembourg. The vast majority going for Slovakia against Northern Ireland, but there's a strong Northern Ireland contingent in that one. Our most popular prediction of the night is for Finland to beat Malta. Vast majority going for the Dutch to win away to Poland. Unsurprisingly, the vast majority going for Croatia to beat the Faroe Islands. And unsurprisingly, most going for Montenegro to beat Gibraltar as well. Again, a massive thank you very much for watching. Please make sure to head over to the community page where you can have your say on all of the matches we'll be covering in tomorrow's video. And of course, once the games tonight have finished, the community polls for those matches taking place on Saturday will be up and available for you as well. Sorry, those matches taking place on Sunday, the video being on Saturday, will be up for you as well. A final thank you very much for watching once again. I'll pop my predictions back up on the screen for you one last time. And I will see you yet again tomorrow morning, same time, for the final matches on Matchday 9. I'll see you there.